ain't no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big drop, she leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Vikings and the Beats, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Brooklyn Beats. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. He's going to air one out, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. He'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This drive is almost over with it began. Thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
2nd and 4. And this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he comes back with one complete.
And he will hold the Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
1st and goal from the 6.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he just throws this one away. Snap decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Hands it off out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll keep it himself. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the first down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot, and let them hit you with a pass. No matter what, they did pick up the first down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But he's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole. And then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off. But you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Throw left side, going to be caught by Chenault. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
2nd and 3.
And that's off the mark, incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to plan a comeback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, on the other side, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll go option to the short side. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. He'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, he's got Shenault.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Now, this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
2nd and 10.
Back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back is maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch.
And he coughed it up, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. looking to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third and short, they'll try option left. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try to move forward.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Trucks over him. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun now. Here's it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for his wild.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 30 yards there. And, of course, the first down as well.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. A 10-play drive that time. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And they'll begin by running the option.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll set up to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Minnesota, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.